Здравейте! Намираме се във Вилнюс пред един голям търговски център. Едно от интересните неща и полезни за гражданите тук е така наречената депозитна система за отпадъци. В ето този пункт хората могат да върнат своите пластмасови и стъклени опаковки, като получат бележка, с която могат да получат обратно пари или да я използват, за да намалят сметката си в магазина.
Our deposit system works in Lithuania almost for 5 years, and here we are in the room where clients can come and put their packages and get back their deposit by cash or by products in the shop. Approximately with automatical RMs, we have a little bit more than 1,000, and there is one more thing: the smaller shops getting the packages manually, and with automatically and manual is nearly 3,000 maybe. And in this way, they can be returned PET, it's plastic packages, cans, and glass. Glass can be retained one-way glass and refillable glass.
My name is Marius, and my kids actually love this system.
Welcome to our accounting center. We work in Lithuania as deposit system administrator. We are the only one company organization that takes care about all deposit system in Lithuania. And this place also unique in our country because it's the only one place where all packages come from all over the Lithuania to here and are sorted, are prepared for recycling, baled PET and aluminium, and also prepared glass bottles for recycling and delivered to further recycling processes to recycling companies.
The deposit system for beverage containers was introduced in year 2016. So first year we already collected more than 70% of the bottles, and since second year, every year we collected 91-92%.
My son, he's 7 years old, and he knows a lot about recycling, about how these bottles collected, why do you need to do so, why it is bad to leave them, and of course, given the purpose that you receive the money for it, it's also like a motivation. But the second thing, it's important that they know in kindergartens they are being taught about the recycling already.
Bottles and also puts obligation to use RPT. So probably it's only one solution because only deposit system is able to collect so high percent. And also deposit system is able to provide enough material for recycling back to the bottles. Not only quantity but also quality, because in deposit system we have really clean, non-contaminated plastic, which is quite easy to recycle back to food grade RPT.
Per year we prepare and recycle 12,000 tons of PET, around 8,000 tons of glass bottles, and 5,000 tons of aluminum cans.
Question or task for us to understand what consumers are thinking about the system convenience and efficiency. And so far every year we have like 94-95% consumer satisfaction, what the system is really working well. But we also ask what they think about the decision in general. Was it the right decision to introduce the deposit system or not? So we are very glad what consumers, our latest survey of this year was 97% of consumers answered what the decision was right to introduce the deposit system, because there is really big difference.
This system actually helped to clean out the nature and the beautiful lakes of Lithuania. We have thousands of lakes, and the bottles and the cans disappeared from the shores, from the picnic sites, because people not leaving them anymore, because they now are valuable. They bringing themselves with them, or in case if somebody forgot to take it, then citizens from the close by villages came, collects, and then cashes out the money. So actually it's a win-win situation for both sides, for the nature and for the people.